But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace.
I'm Hannah.
And this is The Candy Shop. This is my Mimosa Monday. And I just want to say this starting out. Now, there is a young lady. She is an awesome young lady, has a channel, Candy Washington. I watch her. I just subscribed to her like last week. She is not The Candy Shop. I made one comment today, and not to say anything is wrong with her channel. Her channel is awesome, but I just hope people don't combine our two channels. I made one comment on Candy Washington's channel, and people were tagging my name thinking that they were subscribing to her and saying, yeah, I'm a part of the Candy Shop now. So to keep it separate, we're two separate channels. She is a beautiful girl. Hello, T. Grayson. New to the chat. Okay, welcome to the chat. We're about to get in it. I was just talking about Candy Washington. She's a beautiful girl with a nice channel. People mixed up our channels. I love it though because she's beautiful and young. But yeah, I'm not Candy Washington. I'm The Candy Shop, and her channel is titled her name. So I just want to make that clear. But let's get into it. I know it's been a minute since I've gone live with you, Hannah.
I know, girl.
Yes, I've been covering this all about the tea drama. I thought like a week ago, I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, but it's just so much that keeps coming out about this. And last week on Nosy O Live, they allegedly found they're saying the real Monica. I don't know who this person is. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to, if this ain't her and I've said that this is her on this channel, I don't want anything happening to my channel. But they're saying that this lady is her. It started with Marcella, I guess, whatever it was, some numbers, the LLC, they say allegedly ties to this lady in Louisiana. I just feel like when I watched it, yes, it was salacious. It was good to look at. But when you think about it, these are people's real lives. And so it was just too much. RD, hey RD, Monica's a narcissist. I gave her a fake love comment and she showed it on her live. What a nut. Her mind's banned for no reason. Yeah, they do. They actually do. And the LLCs are in Monica's alias. Yes, they are. I saw part of Monica's live. I did unsubscribe, but I can still, you unsubscribe too. So I haven't had you on here in a minute. Tell me what you think about all the drama with Monica before I go talk.
I'm late to all the drama, as you know. I feel like, I'm not saying she's a narcissist. Well, she might be, but I feel like the people who are around you and who was there for you, the way you're acting towards them now is very effed up. Because you never know when you need those people again. Like when you get to a certain pedestal, you think that you're able to treat people any type of way. And you shouldn't be like that because you never know what can happen. That can change, especially with these new rules of YouTube. That can change today and tomorrow. And you might need to very much have to build your brand back up by going to those people, but you can't now. So to me, I think that's very messed up of her. I wish she would just show who she is. Like, girl, you the president? Are you the Pope? Like, girl, show your face.
She keeps saying she's receiving death threats. And RD, I want to ask you, so the person that was exposed last week on Nosy Ho Live, that was a live that I saw it on, do you think that is Monica? And she said that person has 27 aliases. And
is she a scammer?
I'm not saying nothing.
Girl, you what? She won it.
Yes, I already said look into DBA doing business as you can use different names for business and even open bank accounts in them. Oh yeah, I know. I know you can. I have some family members who have different aliases, and in order to get jobs and things, they serve time and they had to use a different name in order to get hired. So it's possible. RD laugh out loud. But RD, I did my own research. She uses different aliases, variations to do business. That is interesting.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I would not support an avatar that won't show her face. Yeah, I don't get why. I was just watching Goddess Raven.
I just know that you have a drink tonight.
Oh yeah. This is Mimosa Monday.
Oh, you have your drink. I was like, wait.
Yeah, it's just Pepsi and Bacardi. But don't drink it. But no, I was watching Goddess Raven. And someone on there, you made me lose my train of thought. It was dealing with the aliases and the names. It wasn't Goddess Raven. It was Candy Washington's live today. She went live with Princess. Princess's House of Princess was one of the people that would call in to her show and was, I guess, somewhat of a panelist. I don't know. To be completely honest, and no offense, House of Princess, I don't know. I didn't know if you were a panelist or not. I knew you called in a lot, but apparently she had a relationship with the people on the panel. She was friends with, associates with them, and she talked to Monica as well. But they mentioned on one of the they mentioned today that Monica mentioned a long time ago that she would show her face if she got to a certain number of viewers. She would show her face. I don't know if that video is still there because Monica has deleted a lot of her old lives and things. Yeah, she deleted them. RD said all the LLCs are under a variation of businesses, including her former name. That's the name. I'm not saying it. Allegedly. We're going to say allegedly. But yeah, that's the name. And Hannah, to get you caught up to speed, that name Monica Allen, I'm going to go ahead and say it. She was on someone else's live doing an interview. And you know how in Zoom, it looked like it was Zoom. But you know how in Zoom, sometimes you can have your name, you can have an avatar.
Yeah.
She flashed her name by mistake and it said Monica Allen. And then she switched to the avatar real quick. And so that's why people think her name is Monica Allen.
Yeah.
Because she showed it. Yes. Am I freezing?
No, you're cool.
And then I can't say her name. I'm sorry if I mess it up. Ibdashid. Princess was a Teacup affiliate like Sodeb. Okay, so they were Teacup affiliates. Okay. And yes, RD allegedly. So I just knew Princess called in all the time, and it did seem like anytime she saw Princess, she was letting her on. So I knew that. But I always wonder why she wasn't on the panel. She uses her alias, yeah. T. Grayson said, I don't believe she will show her face if she gets a certain number of subscribers. Well, she can now. It's so much drama tied to her name. And even though on today's live, like I said, I watched a little bit of it. She said that it's people beefing and she's not involved. She's not beefing with nobody and all this other stuff. But her name is tied to a lot of drama right now. And she can't show her face. If this lady shows her face, it's over. Like, it's over. I think, I'm trying to think, if it were me, would I show my face? Yeah, well, first of all, I would have apologized to the panel, first of all, because that's common decency. But with how far it's gone, it's like she can't show her face because people are really going to come after her. Like these YouTube streets, I'm going to tell you, Hannah, they are no joke. Like Hannah's been doing this channel with me for a minute now. And I think I started doing videos in October. We outside of YouTube, of course, we have our own personal lives, but YouTube is way bigger than I thought it was. It's a lot of like rules you got to follow and things you got to do. And people take it very serious to the point where they will try to track down your address and things. And so it's like that. I don't know. Oh, she said it's cool. It's pronounced Ibida. Ibida shit. Oh, that is a pretty name. And I'm sorry I messed up your name. I already said there are hundreds of thousands of Monica Allens in the U.S., but when Nosy and her team went to the digging, it was a wrap. It definitely was because it was Marcella too. Too many people are after AAT because of the shady stuff they did. Yep. But Marcella is the one that kind of put it out there. And then that was another thing. She sent out a cease and desist, the real Monica. But she sent it from her email and it wasn't from a lawyer. Now, I wouldn't. First of all, when I imagine a cease and desist, I imagine like a letter being delivered by a courier service, like something that I have to sign for, not an email, just a random email that I'm getting. So I always thought that was funny too.
I don't want your Google cease and desist. I need a letter, notarized, lawyer, everything.
And this did start with the disrespect to players, and all she had to do originally, like I said before, was acknowledge that this girl was leaving and just say, hey, we're going to miss you. We wish you the best. Yes, you can do Fridays if you want to, but she couldn't do it. It was like, it just really felt like Monica made it all about her. And I said on a previous show, she reminded me of a certain someone, and they're leaving their stuff. I went through a similar situation. But she took everything so personal, it got ugly. And then when players went on there to defend herself, she yelled at her and just went off and got real disrespectful. And to save her own face, she was just, I don't know. Her pride would not let her apologize to this girl. She, from what I'm hearing, allegedly, she's done some nasty things. She doxed players. Meaning, and I had to look up what doxing meant. I didn't know what that meant. But basically, she put out her actual information online maliciously. Like what she does, where she works, her actual name, all of that. And she's saying that you could Google it. But the thing is, we wouldn't know if we didn't know. Basically, if she wouldn't put it out there, we would not have ever known to Google her name. So that's messed up. Honestly, don't believe she's getting legitimate death threats. I think it's a scheme set up by Todd to bring the bullshit. It is definitely a scheme. Because I wish when they said she was getting death threats, I was like, how? We don't even know who you are.
We don't even know who you are. Yes. Where are they sending these death threats to?
Exactly, because she deleted her IG. There's no messaging system on YouTube. I don't believe she got her the only thing that she had actually was that little text number. So maybe she's receiving them on that text number. But it's like, how? How is she getting death threats? I always thought that. Kennard. But hello, Kennard. But no, it's gotten messy. It's like and I'm gonna say this, it's the mess that keeps on giving, because a lot of us Black YouTubers have come up off of this. I started out as a very small channel. I'm still small, but I got a lot of subscribers and people that wanted to hear my opinion. And I do appreciate that. And it's been a lot of people that have come up. And I was gonna mention Goddess Raven. She shouted me out on her show. Goddess Raven, I started following her maybe 2 weeks ago. I love her content. I love what she talks about. I'm going to be a panelist on her show. So starting on Sundays, we're going to have a panel, but we're going to show our faces. But RD said the C&D still stands legally whether sent from a lawyer or yourself. But what Marcella Counsel said was, since it was from Monica herself, she has to include her legal name in the next to the correspondence. And that's what she didn't do. But it's so crazy that could be legal sent through an email. I feel like I should have to sign for that. T. Grayson and to find out she was not paying her panel fairly, hardly any money, and she was getting a plethora of super chats and recurring payments out of people's banks. Yes.
I was paying super chats.
I was too. And I want to say this about super chats though. Super chats, YouTube takes about, I believe, some people say 30. I've heard they take 50%. I don't know, but YouTube takes a good portion out of it. And so she should have had contracts or something written up, knowing that YouTube takes money out of it. I'm sure she wanted to pocket it herself. Mm-hmm. And so that's what she did. And apparently she was paying these people $200 a month. She plays the most. She paid her $300 a month. So I don't know. Yeah. She said you can't send Animaniacs threats, lol. That I used to watch that cartoon, Animaniacs. But But the C&D was a joke since Marcella did nothing to even get sued over. No judge or lawyer would move forward with such a weak case. Exactly. Especially when is she going to show up for the case? That's my question. Is Monica really going to show up for the case? Exactly. And the fact that she puts Monica, I just have one hypothesis. I just don't know. Like, yes, Monica is an alias, and my daughter is crying. Monica is an alias, and then the other name is similar to the Monica name. I just feel like, could her name just be totally something completely different from all those names? But I don't know.
It's just her middle name. Like when I go to Starbucks and everything, I use my middle name. I never give my first name to anything.
Yes, and thank you for the congrats. Kanar said about 50%. Also, Artie said, also Monica called them employees, so she has to follow labor and employment laws in the U.S., which she violated. Exactly. I mentioned that before. Favor ain't fair, and karma is a mother. Yes, it is. that part.
That whole part.
Yes, so this has been getting a lot of shine. Monica has been getting. It's getting real, very, very messy. You gotta watch Nosy Live. I'm gonna shout her out because she be trying to, if you mention anything from her video, she wants to block your channel if you don't shout her out. So I'm definitely shouting her out. I'm very entertained by Nosy Live, but I did feel like last week it was a lot to watch. I want to see your opinion, Hannah, when you see that.
I'll definitely be watching that. Make sure you send me that. I want to see that actual one.
Yes, exactly. RD said lawsuits are very expensive. I doubt she try to move forward. Yeah, she's not gonna show up in court. I just don't think so. It's not even worth it. All over the fact that she didn't want to apologize to players. Like, well, I don't even know what someone said she was suing for loss of income because she lost the whole panel. She lost the whole panel, and she lost subscribers. And she's claiming she lost subscribers when Marcella, I guess, went and did someone else's live. That's how she lost subscribers or something like that. But people left when she went off on players. Like that night, people were unsubscribing to her. So, and that could be proven. Domo said, wouldn't she have to send it? The cease and desist. I think that's what she's talking about. RD, if she's tracked and served, Marcella can move forward, either sue or settle for her loss in law fees. Won't she have to send a 1099 at the end of the year? So, talking about them being her employees. Yeah, she probably would. That's something to think about. Voodoo Monica was doing a lot with Nosy. She acted so guilty. She's talking about the other lady on the show. Yeah, the other lady on the show. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to get doxxed. Her name, Monica is one of her aliases, and that is hilarious. That Voodoo Monica. She said something like "I curse you" or something like that too, Nosy ho, and she was very familiar with Nosy. She was like, I came on here because I heard you were talking about me, Nosy, and it's like, and the lady said that she didn't know, she not really on YouTube. She don't know how to use StreamYard, but yet she knew Nosy. Like, it was just interesting.
Like, okay, stop the lies.
Yes, Nosy is beyond funny. It's entertainment. And RD said no 1099 or W-2s. Yeah, now she's gonna have to send it. But hey, the one on the alleged Monica on Nosy Ho's Live has a tax service, so maybe she'll figure out how to get her. Okay. Yeah, this is what she said, curse you to the roots. And she said, she said, curse you to the roots in Jesus' name. So exactly.
That don't even mix.
Exactly.
That don't even belong in the same sentence.
Exactly. Artie said her StreamYard was set up already. It was, but sometimes though, and I see what she was saying. StreamYard, because that's what I'm using now. It can be linked to your email, but yeah, it had to be set up though, because that when I thought about it, because she was saying that when she logged in the StreamYard, it put her name there or something like that. And with StreamYard, when you first logged in for the very first time, was it linked to your email? That is strange that she said it showed her email and then went to her name.
It'll say StreamYard at the bottom until you change everything.
Yeah, so I don't.
It'll
Yeah,
say
so
StreamYard until you purchase, and once you do everything, then you can change your the name. But it'll say StreamYard until you actually have to change it. Because we all use StreamYard.
mm-hmm. And she said she was a Christian, but sending out curses. I know some cursing Christians, but not like that. Yes, exactly.
I cuss it, you know.
And she said she didn't enter her name. Yeah, she sure did say she didn't enter her name. She said her name was already there and she approved it. And then get this. Then she does. I'm gonna shout out another YouTuber down the rabbit hole. Now I do like this girl, but the only thing that bothers me about her is, well, she's a reporter, or I don't know if she's a reporter or something, but she has worked in that field, but she sounds like a lady that's not a lady of color, and she's covering stories about us, and she tries to say she's diplomatic, but she goes after Nosy Hill Live. The week prior she was bashing Monica, then she was bashing a guy named AT2 or something like that. But anyways, the alleged Monica went on her live, that's another thing that's interesting, how she just did this interview with a whole nother blogger if she's not familiar with YouTube. And on StreamYard, her name was Mo Money. That's what she titled herself.
So we just have to change every single name to every live.
Yes. And so Artie said she also
all similar names.
This was the thing. She said it was her daughter's email is that she was using, but yeah, her daughter's email had her name. That's what it did not make sense at all. And yes, you do have to enter your names. Hello, Michelle. And she was comfortable on the live as if she was used to. Exactly. She was very comfortable. And T. Grayson said another avatar. Yeah, that bunny hole down the I said bunny hole down the rabbit hole. Now let me stop drinking this alcohol because it's gonna have me talking.
Listen, I make mine too sweet and strong.
Oh, well, this Bacardi is hitting. You can't see it, but no. Down the rabbit hole has an avatar as well, and it's like, okay, it's very interesting. So she said Bugs Bunny is suspect. She seems to be out for Nosy, and I don't know why. I can hear the disdain in her voice. She's very out for her. She played a clip of hers from, like, I guess a long time ago where Nosy was talking about Jamaicans, and she altered the voice, but she said it was Nosy or whatever. Go back. She said make sure you're watching or paying attention to who you follow. But that's with anybody on YouTube. Like, we follow some of this stuff for entertainment purposes. And for all I know, down the rabbit hole, I mean, this YouTube channel just came out of nowhere for me. Yeah, so should we, I just feel like I shouldn't have to do all this research. If you put something on entertaining, it'll be entertainment. As for Monica showed herself now. And so she showed her true colors, and that's why people are so upset. RD said the biggest expose was when Monica on All About the Tea said her favorite show was Greenleaf because her kids' names are on there. Oh, wow. Oh. That's interesting. Avatars Unite. Look. Exactly. Yeah, but she was trashing her like just 2 weeks ago. She was going off about her. RD, Mo Money, kids' names are the same as the Greenleaf show's characters. Coincidence or slip? I doubt it. Yeah. Hannah, I feel like I'm boring you with this Monica talk.
Girl, I don't took my muscle relaxer. I'm up here half asleep.
I did want to talk about some other things. I'm going to do a more in-depth video on this.
Send me that link, so I want to watch that.
No, well, that live with Nosy Hole live.
Yeah,
I think that was about 5 or 6 hours.
Damn, 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, I started watching it in the beginning.
5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, I didn't know it was still on. And then it was on a Thursday night. On Friday, I traveled to Florida and I got to my destination or whatever. I was waiting for the other girls to come up, show up. I go on and I'm like, Monica Exposed. I just watched this live yesterday. So I go back to it and she was at the end. Like she had Marcella on at one point, and then she had then So Debonair, which is one of the Teacup affiliates was on, and he was on, and he said that lady was Monica. He kept saying that's the voice and some other things. Yeah, it was about 5 hours. It was deep. Yes.
All of this, not 5 or 6 hours. I gotta watch in increments.
Yeah, just little clips.
Yes.
But he said, I just started searching all about the tea after Nosy. This goes real deep. It's creepy back as far as 8 years. People are really angry. Yeah, because she had a lot of subscribers. I pulled up a website and she's made like $60,000 off of super chats. Monica has.
What?
And I don't know if that's a month, but whatever I pulled up showed like what she's making off of super chats. Well, previously. Monica and All About the Tea pimped out these panels and made coins. Yes, they did. And what I feel like with Monica's identity, I do believe it is a lady, but it's a team of people behind this, putting this show on. So of course we know it's the team behind the website. Even though she says she owns All About the Tea, she's owned it for 8 years, but she has other writers on the website. And then the LLC, well, it came, I don't know, it's so many owners came up for this company. So I think it's a team of people that are behind this avatar. All About the Tea subs went from a few thousand to 70K plus after the panel. Wow. Yeah, actually she got 100K subscribers when I started watching. Like I think that was like March or April when she reached 100K. And yep, it is a team. I think I skipped a comment. She didn't pay her bloggers. They're disgruntled. Yeah. Voodoo Monica calling in was a shock. They truly elongated the show. We were shooketh. Yeah. Yes. It was a rotating LLC. Yes. Because it was a few names, and I don't want to shout them out, but it was some other names that were tied to this LLC. And yes, it's a team. So that's all that I'm going to say about Monica. We're going to move on to 2 other topics. Definitely make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe to this channel because I like to talk about more than just Monica, even though this is fun and salacious to talk about. But I did want to, it's a couple of more topics or comments. I'm 100% sure it's Who Nosy Exposed as. Yeah, it seems like some fraud there. It definitely does. Yes, it definitely does. But now I wanted to talk a little bit about the Chole Bailey situation. Did you hear about that?
I saw it.
Her performance.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
I liked it.
What were your thoughts?
I liked it. I like Chloe. You know that I really like Chloe. And I love Nina Simone, like literally legit love Nina Simone, and she's very free spirited. I just feel like for Juneteenth, it could have been a little different. Any other day, I would have been okay with the performance. It was just the day and the timing of the program. Like I feel like I feel like that wasn't a day or time to be all sexual. Because if she could go on Good Morning America today and do the same performance and tone it all the way down, you could have did it on Juneteenth. But I love her sexiness. I love that she embraces it. I love that she owns it, and she has a beautiful body. She's a young girl, and I used to be all naked out here in my 20s, every bit of it. So I can't even say nothing. I just feel like on that date, it just should have been something a little bit different for Juneteenth.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't offended by it. I will say that. I like it. Yeah, I like it. With Juneteenth and that holiday, I know it just became a federal holiday, but in my hometown, I'm actually from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I know it's a big Texas thing,
Yeah.
Juneteenth, but we celebrated it in Wisconsin. And so we would do a parade down MLK Boulevard. You wear your best outfits, you party, you barbecue, and you have a good time. You are celebrating. And so I just didn't feel like, well, Dunwell said, why do we sexualize Black women and it's okay until it's our day? What are your thoughts on that? I just,
I don't got my eyeglasses on.
she said, let me put mine on. Why do we sexualize Black women and it's okay until it's our day? And so the sexualization, I don't know. I just like the performance. I thought she was beautiful.
Sexualized.
I feel like they're trying to bring my kids in here. We can be, our sexuality is one of the facets of us. We don't, I think it's just many different facets to who we are as people, and I'm going to appreciate everything that we do. But yes, the mainstream does sexualize Black women. They do.
Always.
Yeah, they do. And we're the Jezebels. So her family, Nina Simone's family, they liked it. They said Nina Simone probably would have liked it. They felt like, I know I heard some information about Kamala Harris and how she's pulling money. Hold on just for a second. She's pulling money from them.
Brief intermission.
But she's pulling money from them. What'd you say?
I said brief intermission.
Yeah. But it's a tough situation. I still like Chole.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. So I'm on the fence. I wasn't offended. I do think in the media we are sexualized a lot. So I can't agree with that. So do you have any more comments on that? Okay.
Well, as far as sexualized, I feel like us as Black women, we're sexualized too much. I feel like no matter what we wear, what we do, another race can wear and do the same thing, and they're not sexualized. But the moment we do it, we are 100% sexualized. And you can have on the same outfit as another race, and no one says anything to that other person. But the moment you put that outfit on, because you have curves, because we have certain things that we didn't ask for, we just were blessed to have that people pay for, we are sexualized. So I feel like I don't think she should have been sexualized. I mean, I love Chole. I don't care what she do. She's beautiful, and she's young. So I don't have a problem with that. But I really do with the comments with the sexualization. We very are as Black women. We are, and I don't know why that is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I want to go talk more about this at a later time as well, because the song Feeling Good, I always took the song as I'm feeling good in my skin, in my sexuality, in who I am. And Chloe Bailey is sexual. That's who she is. And so I feel like the song, her singing it represented her. And so that's why I didn't take offense to it. But I know other people feel like it disrespected what Nina Simone stood for. But Nina Simone was all about who she was, her sexuality, the different sides of her, facets of her. So those are my thoughts on that. So that's why I say I wasn't offended. I don't think it was bad. What were you gonna say? What'd you say?
People know Nina. Like, do they not realize that Nina was very free spirited and said and felt however she wanted to, with not being apologetic or anything? They thought that it would offend Nina. All right, I didn't think that. Now, I didn't think that whatsoever. I felt like, okay, I mean, Nina didn't give a damn.
Exactly.
That's why I loved her so much, because she did not care.
Yeah, Artie said, but mainstream non-Black media sexualizes Black women and villainizes Black men. I can agree with that.
I agree with that.
And Black media that's controlled by other Blacks try to counter the narrative. So yeah, I can agree.
Like one, which you already know. I told you who that was.
Who?
The Shade Room.
The Shade. Oh yeah, the Shade Room. What are y'all thoughts on the Shade Room?
Very disrespectful to us.
Yes.
And for that to be a Black network, they treat Black, like they'll post non-Black people and post different captions than when they post a black person. I don't appreciate that. Like I don't appreciate and praise anyone. I don't care. I'm gonna support us no matter what. I don't care if I don't agree with you as a black person. I'm not gonna show it to the world. I might tell you on the side, but I'm not gonna be out here. And I feel like they put disrespectful captions to black people for them to be an all black network. Like we have enough from other races coming against us and tearing us down. We don't need our own coming against us and tearing us down. That's unacceptable in my book.
I agree. It reminds me of Media Takeout. That was the other one. But Media Takeout is owned by, I guess, an African guy. But he talks about us as well. Oh, here we go. But RD said the bubblegum lollipop image isn't sold as black, but Taylor Swift can be cute and racy and not sexy. RD also said another mouthpiece. Oh, I didn't get it. Another mouthpiece. And if black companies glorify ratchet and destruction, it gets promoted. Exactly. And that's what the Shade Room does. The Shade Room definitely does that. Yes, I agree. So I have one last topic, and this one is just funny to me. Erica Mena, she she now wishes she would have took Wendy Williams' advice or whatever. She talked about Wendy for talking about her family and like went off on her, but now that she's divorcing Safari, whatever his name is, she says Wendy was right. So that was the last topic I wanted to talk about tonight. The whole situation is funny, and I think we talked about this recently with Erica Mena, that every week her and Safari have been doing things to get publicity. And so I feel like this divorce or whatever she calls herself doing, this is still something else to get that publicity, because nobody is really checking for love and what is it? Love, not Love and Marriage. What is this one? Love and Hip Hop.
I said, girl, Love and Marriage coming back on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me get to the comments. It's fake in my honest opinion, or in my opinion, she wants people talking. She definitely does. Exactly. Erica trying to get to it. She's trying to stretch that 20 minutes out, all the way out, because it's like what are we talking about here? They're going on marriage boot camp. Here we go. I just feel like they were already on another show. And the robberies, yes, I told y'all. I think I mentioned on another show a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. They said they was robbed, and they had the photos of the people that robbed them or something like that.
We just forgot the whole crime.
Yeah. So, and yep, she's gonna be on Iyanla next, trying to fix her life, even though Iyanla can't fix it. But
it's her own. But
one thing I was gonna say, one thing I've always thought was funny about Iyanla though. And all she told is, this is what she said to DMX, your guy. She said, I need you to go in the mirror and slap the first person you see. That's what she told. Did you hear what I said? She told him to go in the mirror and slap the first person he sees. And I thought that was hilarious to me. Very hilarious.
She fixed.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I watched the show because it is entertaining, especially when she be saying beloved, and on that one of those episodes, she told them, she introduced herself. She was like, you're not gonna like me, and I don't care. Like, she would go on these tangents and speeches, but it was funny. And then on another episode, she ate some Cheetos in this lady's face. Like, oh, I love it though. It's very entertaining.
Yeah. The fact that you stabbed the hell out your ex-husband and told the world this. I would have told the world that at all. You would have never known that ever.
Exactly. Exactly. Let me go back.
I didn't even know Erica. The only reason why I had a problem with her, well, I don't like her anyway. But when she had a video, when she put that post up saying that Safari caused her to go into the hospital, and then she put up, but he didn't come visit me. If you cause me going to the hospital, why would I want you to come visit me? Like at this point, she's just acting crazy, and I feel like everything is done for her and Safari know how to work the media. They know how to work the camera. They know how to bring the money in, and they know what sells. The season is about to come back on, and they know if they have a story like this, they're going to get more airtime, more film time. It might lead to other shows because people want to know what's going on, and people want to know how can we make this work, and it just feel like it's just a ploy. And I feel like y'all have kids at this point, so y'all can do all that before y'all have kids. But y'all just bringing the kids into y'all BS. This is unnecessary. And then she's pregnant in bed. So you was pregnant celebrating. You was cursing people out for judging you announcing your pregnancy. Now you announcing your divorce. And it's just every other week is another story. Next week they're gonna say they win a poly relationship at this point. I'm convinced. So I'm at this point in time, I'm just over all of them. Harry Safari, Nick Cannon, his 9,000 kids. I'm over all of it.
I know Nick Cannon got 7 kids, but wait a minute, you said she's pregnant again?
She's pregnant now. She came up. I was on Shade Room. I don't follow no more, but I do look at my gossip. I ain't gonna lie. I was on here Thursday or Friday, and she put a post up saying that she's pregnant and Safari is causing her so much stress. She went to the hospital, and then she said that he wouldn't come visit me. Well, if he put you there, why he's supposed to come there?
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly. RD said people saying that the baby isn't even Safari's.
What?
That is a hot mess.
That's right.
That's a real hot mess. This is for checks and attention. Erica and Safari trying to stay relevant. They really are.
Yes.
They definitely are. And it's almost like you can see the thirst. That's what's so pitiful about it. You can see the thirst. And it just makes they're irrelevant people. Neither one of them. I guess Safari, I just always known him as Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend. And then Erica was just on Love and what is this? Hip hop. What is it? The show called Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, Love and Hip Hop New York. What'd you say?
I said I don't know which Love and Hip Hop, but I know she on one of them.
It was Love and Hip Hop New York. The first baby is what?
Wait, what's she?
Do you know I have my little mouse in my hand? I almost threw it on the wall.
What?
It's Riches. That's what they think it is. Rich Dollars. Baby, the first baby, Rich Dollars. Remember, she was in a relationship with him, and they had all that bull.
When she got pregnant. Well, she was married to Safari when she got pregnant with the second baby.
She could have still been dealing with Rich Dollars.
All right, I don't think that's a rich baby. Yo, that would be effed up because they might be publicity hoes, but you could tell he loved his daughter. He does love his daughter, so that would be a punch in the face.
I know. I can believe it though because she's shady.
Was she engaged to Bow Wow?
What you say?
She was engaged to Bow Wow too.
Oh yeah, she sure was.
Yes.
She is.
Anything for the check.
Yeah. Already said the streets talking because the baby looked like Rich. I'm gonna pull this baby up.
Rich got enough kids then.
After the show, I'm gonna look at it.
I don't think the baby look like Rich though.
It's another Fetty Wap situation.
Oh. Now I ain't think about that because Fetty Wap definitely said that what's her name? Lord, what's that girl name? Alexis Sky, that baby was not his, and it just recently came out that it wasn't his. Like you was clowning him and dogging him to the streets, and everybody was coming at Mystika, making it seem like Mystika was crazy. And oh behold, all this time you knew that was not your baby's dad. That's trifling to me on every type of level. That's trifling. It's trifling for you as the mother, and it's trifling for your child that you knew it was another man out here, and you trying to pin on somebody who you thought had more coin.
Yeah, that was very trifling. And the man, Alexis, the man was the actual father was a nice looking guy, but just not famous. Just not famous. But in this one occasion, Masika was correct. Well, Masika, that's a whole train wreck in itself. You love Masika?
I don't love her. Please
tell me why. Why
But
do you
I
love
like Masika. Well, I liked her before Love and Hip Hop. Like I know she used to do like modeling back in the day, or whatever. She used to be on like perm boxes and everything. So like I know that I did like her prior to that. I mean, I don't think I think like the Love and Hip Hop be trying to play some of them in a wrong light because gossip and drama sells.
But
But they
question.
signed up for it.
Masika came on Love and Hip Hop LA as the other woman.
She did.
Then
I don't condone side chicks because ain't no side chick up in here. Yeah. But I feel like that was all Mona. You know, Mona do anything for ratings. So I don't even know if half them stories are really believable.
but I was gonna say Masika agreed to play that part though. She
Yeah,
agreed.
she agreed to
Right.
it. She was chasing the bag. But now she's trying to change that. But you can't change some things that you start off with. But I mean, it is what it is at this point.
Domo say what said. Masika clapbacks are unfuckwithable. Exactly. Exactly. Now I will definitely
I
agree
will
with
agree
that.
with that. She used the filth, and I love it. Use these bitches.
Yes, and I'll say this. Initially, I did like Masika too, even though she was the other woman. But she just, I don't know. It's like she always has drama dealing with men because after the first guy that she dealt with or whatever, then it was it was the other guy that beat that producer that like got into a fight with her. So it's just always some drama because
Okay,
that's
Young Bird.
yeah, Young Berg. That's why her and the other
People was coming at her and saying she was lying, and new people lately was saying about Young Bird violence. So she wasn't even lying, but I guess when you build a certain reputation, people don't believe you, which is sad because I don't believe in victim blaming. But when you have a certain reputation and you do certain things, you're perceived in a so I'm not saying she brought it upon herself, but you know, it is what it is at this point.
yeah, and Artie said love and hip hop like all about the T panel, underpaid and setups. Yes, it is. But and Mona is Monica.
Hey, all
Molly
that.
and Berg.
Mona
Yes,
will sell her firstborn for a check.
it was Molly and Berg. But yeah, it's all these shows are crazy. My favorite though was still Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because I love Stevie J and all his bull.
Oh, I
Steve,
like Jocelyn when I
and
watched
we
it.
used to call it the Stevie J show. You know,
Did you see what happened yesterday with them?
no, I didn't
So
see it.
Jocelyn, you know everybody be kissing Russell ass when he says that Lil Future is his child. So Jocelyn put up a post yesterday and said Happy Father's Day to her fiance and how that's her dad and he takes her to school and everything. And people was like cursing her out. I'm like, how y'all gonna praise Russell, but then curse her out for yo? Sierra say that Little Future is Russell's dad. People will be so happy, but because you don't like Jocelyn, she says that like if he taking her to school every day, he doing everything a father figure. They're getting married. I feel like because you don't like Jocelyn, I love Jocelyn. I don't care.
Yeah, Jocelyn
It's
too.
like so negative, and I'm trying to figure out what type of like one person is okay, but then because you don't like her, it's not. If y'all gonna praise Russell, then what's wrong with her saying that that's his dad? I don't feel like nothing's wrong with that because she knows that Stevie made her, but for the past 3 years she saw this guy.
So okay, so get me caught up to speed. So Jocelyn's child is calling the stepdaddy dad. Is that what the
Yeah,
what's
so
going on?
Josh put up a picture, a post yesterday, and was like, "Happy Father's Day." She has a amazing dad who takes her to school every day, who takes her to ballet, who picks her up, who does everything. Like basically praising him for what he does as a stepdad. But instead of adding stepdad, she put dad in him. She took the word step out and put dad. So people were like criticizing her and coming at her and being disrespectful. I'm like, if you want to praise one, then praise another because we out here screaming protect black women and say this and stand up for us and this and that and we don't say enough. So when you have a man that steps up to the plate, because we know Stevie wasn't taking care of the other kids, so we all knew that. She not disrespecting him. She didn't say nothing negative about Stevie, and I feel like if she bashed him, then I could see that. But she never bashed him.
Yeah. Artie says Stevie used her up, and she also said Jocelyn wrong for making up rumors about Stevie though, and I agree. And to your point, Hannah, the that's kind of something moving over there. That's kind of a sticky situation. I have a situation. I have my son who's not by my husband, and then I have my two daughters that are by my husband. And doing Father's Day post, I acknowledge my husband. I still acknowledge my son's father as well, because my son's father is in his life, and so my husband is the bonus dad to my son. So we don't say step, but he'll say like bonus dad or whatever. But he's never. Sometimes I think about the child, because as hard as I've tried to make my son call my husband dad, and my husband has been in my son's life since he was 4, he still kind of calls him by his first name. And my husband never corrected him, because he was like, you know what, I'm not his dad. He has his dad, and his father is very involved. And so with what Jocelyn did, sometimes I wonder, is it to get back at Stevie J versus truly trying to think about the child? Because to me, in the end, it's going to be whatever the child calls whoever. But I would never want to disrespect my son's father, because that's my son's father. So those are my thoughts on that. I was going to say, there are black men that don't do the right thing, but there are also black men that do the right thing.
But you see the difference. What you said he's in your child's life. Like, I'm about to get remarried, and I did send a message to Happy Father's Day to him, because even though he was a crappy husband, he was a good dad. So I acknowledge that. So of course, my kids don't call, Bert dad. However, it's a difference. You said that he's in his life. Stevie is not in that child's life.
Mm-hmm.
It has not been. So it's a kind of a difference. Like, I wouldn't expect my kids to call him, call Bert dad, because of course, they're not going to say, hey, dad, because they know their father. However, it's a respect level that they have, because they know both. That she's so young, she don't really know Stevie as being her dad, but she know that is her dad.
But then again, though, Hannah, we don't know what's going on, because all we know is what she's saying. And to be completely honest, and I'm gonna read some of Artie's comments. She says Stevie is her dad. She shouldn't disregard Stevie's role. And that's the thing. Like, I had a father growing up myself. I was raised by a single mom. She never bashed my father. She let me form my opinion on him. So I just feel like Jocelyn I do agree.
She doesn't say anything negative about him.
And she's definitely petty. Even if Stevie is absent, the child's going to read about it. And if it's on the internet later, no need to expose it online or whatever. So I
kind of Sierra called Russell dead. Why is that possible then?
Now, what happened with Sierra? That was the part.
Sierra always says that, like, celebrates Russell, lets Russell call Little Future his son. So why is it celebrated by her but not by Joshua? Now,
is she saying that? Does she discount Future being the child's father as well, or does she say she's still?
She doesn't say anything about Future.
See, I don't know the situation. I'll say that to me,
Father's Day and everything, she says things as though, and Russell will post, when she posts the kids, he'll post Future and say his son, and no one says anything to him.
See, I don't know what the deal is, because I haven't even looked at it. But to me, if you are discrediting the father, and that father hasn't given up his rights, I feel like both are wrong if they're doing that. But I don't know what the situation is. That's something that I have to look into. If a child wants to call someone else dad, father, it's on them. The parents shouldn't do that. And I definitely agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Make your own decision as a child.
Yes, it's up to that child. And in the end, when that child grows up, they decide what they want to do. Just like with my father, I decided what I wanted to do. This year, I posted a picture of him. Last year, I didn't. So I felt like loving my father this year. So
he got a post this year because he wasn't doing the damn thing. And I love my dad, but he pissed me off last month. But he got his little post at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, Artie said nothing wrong with calling stepdad dad, but if it's in a petty way, then it's wrong. Yeah, to be honest, Hannah, with Jocelyn, to me, Jocelyn and Sierra are different. Jocelyn, as we see on TV, because all we can go by is what people are putting out in the media. Jocelyn on TV, as much as I love her, is very petty. And it's like that's all that comes in my mind when I think about what she's doing versus Sierra does not come off petty. So it's just we will never know. But like I said, I feel both are wrong if they're doing that.
Yeah. I don't so when I was reading a post, because she didn't put anything disrespectful, I didn't feel like she was being petty. To me, as a mother, I felt like she was being sincere because she could have been like, well, your dad, like she could have done a post like Tamar, like, which was disrespectful. But she didn't do that. She didn't bash Stevie. She didn't say your dad not sugar honey iced tea. She didn't do any of that things. Mm-hmm. She just said one thing, the guy that she acknowledged as her fiance, who has been there since the child was little. And they've been together 3-4 years now. The child was 3.
Was this the same fiance though that she had on that boot camp?
It's the same guy.
Hannah, I don't know. I'm just.
It's the same guy. I ain't gonna lie. When
I love
a lot of that stuff be for ratings and everything. So I don't know how y'all act. But as a mother, I felt like that post was sincere. I didn't feel like she was being negative because she could have been like, your dad not, but he here. But she didn't say anything negative towards Stevie whatsoever.
Yeah.
And she hasn't even mentioned Stevie in a long time.
Yeah, Domo said that's a great point, but I think it's because we know Future is super trash. And that's the difference.
Stevie is trash too. Remember, as soon as him and Faith got married, Faith had posted that she had to pay all his old child support.
Yeah.
When you get married, your debt is their debt.
Already said Future is petty as F and childish. And she said, I think we look at Jocelyn differently because of her track record. And I agree. That's what I just said, because of the pettiness. And my favorite line from Jocelyn is like, hey, maid, I see you got your maid uniform like you usually do. OMG. Like, I will forever love that line.
I love that. And I don't even watch Love and Hip Hop anymore. But that was the part, because and my part was when she beat Stevie behind. Because I was like, yes, he deserved every bit of them. And I don't believe in hitting no man. I don't believe no man should hit a woman. But at that point, I was like, girl, I ain't even mad. Mimi was like, get some in for me.
Yes. Artie also said maybe Jocelyn was sincere. And so I don't want to mess up your name. Can I call you? What do you go by for short? But she said, I think social media makes some people feel that if it's not posted, it's not true or didn't happen. Some things can be celebrated offline. Exactly. So we don't know. She could have wished Stevie J a happy Father's Day offline. She probably highlighted that man because that is who's with her right now, but we don't know what she did offline. Artie also said,
I sent my ex-husband a message that said happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
You are a good dad. But I didn't post them online because he ain't going up on my Instagram. But I also acknowledge that you are a good dad. But I did post my fiance because he's in their life now and he does a lot. So I can't take credit from that either.
Yeah.
And he's a dad as well, but my stepkids.
Exactly. Artie said her man does step up. Maybe Jocelyn wasn't being petty since her daughter is around him all the time. So what you're saying, Hannah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was looking at a video recently of him, and some girl was trying to be like all nasty and put her vagina on the desk and everything, and he shut her down like you gonna like. He was very respectful. That the point that he knew he had a fiance, and I see the way he acts on certain things that he was like, no, like you doing way too much, and he could have been, thirsty and trying to get more money or more media for that, but he shut it down immediately. So I felt like that, seeing those posts and things I saw, like she actually was probably really being sincere with this post. Now I could be wrong. I ain't gonna say I'm right.
Yeah, and the main line was classic. Like when she said that took me out. I was like, why she do that to that lady?
Not that lady.
Yes, because Mimi, as much as I don't love her, but I did used to feel bad for her. But like she was no match for Jocelyn. Jocelyn had them lines. She was always reading Miss Mimi. What'd you say?
I don't think anybody was on that show was no match for Joshua.
Yes, Jocelyn was very quick-witted with the lines. But we've been on for an hour. I do want to watch some other YouTubers and content creators. So, Hannah, I'm going to ask you your final thoughts on everything that we talked about tonight. And it could be from anything. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is let's embrace Black women and not sexualize them. We are blessed with our curves and our figures, and we embrace them. We don't have to pay for them, and we don't try to be sexual objects. We can't help it. We appreciate our bodies and we accept what we have, and I feel like more people should do that instead of criticizing or over sexualizing us. And also, I feel as though, last but not least, do not burn any bridges. Do not put any people down. If people are on your YouTube, on your Facebook or your Instagram, even on your job, if you're working it and helping you to get where you are, do not disrespect them. Do not discredit them and lift them up. And that's all I have to say. That's my final thoughts.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. I want to read Domo's comment. She said, do you think absent, insufficient fathers have a right to stipulate how active stepdads are? No, I do not think they have a right to do that. You have to be there in order to stipulate how active another man is in your child's life. So if you're absent or insufficient, what you have to say, it does not matter. Now, to me, if you start being active, then yes. But if you're not there, like, no, you don't know that child. I think you could have a meeting with the stepdad to talk about some things, but not stipulate how active the stepdad is in the child's life. Because think about it, the stepdad is living with that child every single day. The absent father is nowhere to be found. So no, I don't think they have a right. The right that they do have is to have access to their child and to take care of their child and to spend time with their child. That's their right, but they can't talk about another man. So that's my thoughts on that. Artie said Jocelyn learned from the best Stevie. She Beefcake 2.0. She's Beefcake 2.0. So my final thoughts. This was very good. I enjoyed coming on here and talking with Hannah again. It's been a minute since we've done this live. So this is my Mimosa Monday. I want to thank all of you for commenting, the entertainment. You guys crack me up. Make sure you subscribe. I want to say welcome to the new subscribers. My channel is about talking about these reality shows and also just talking about us as a people, especially the Black woman. Yes, thank you, Domo, and thank you, RD. Yes, and T Grayson. Thank y'all. I definitely enjoyed y'all. And so be sure to join me again. Me and Hannah may go live maybe Thursday. Yes. So I hope you all have a good night. Oh, and thank you for subscribing. Yay. Whoop, whoop. Do panels, more one-on-one call-ins if you can. I will. Well, yeah, I can do call-ins as well. Maybe I'll do that on Thursday. It'll be my call-in show. So I will definitely start dropping the link. Oh, thank you, RD. Thank you. But I will see you all later.